Okay, let me answer some of the questions. My first question I got was higher education. Right now, I am back in school for my BSN. I started right away in August, so I'll be done with that. I was doing the 3 semester track, but I took the 4 semesters because it doesn't make a difference. I'm stuck, not stuck, but I'm in this current contract from my job for 2 years. My pay won't change. I said, why do I need to rush it while I'm still working too? So I'm working and I'm doing my BSN program because I only went to an associate's degree program, which I explained in my last video. Higher than that, I don't really know. I kind of went to my own company somewhere, somehow. Don't know exactly what yet, but that's my plan. I might still go for NP. I'm not saying that that may not be a thing later down the line, but that was my plan originally, so we'll see what happens. The next question was, what specialty would I like to get into? I think like NICU or like labor and delivery, to be honest. I already see that my back is gonna be hurting because it be hurting already with these adults. And that's my main thing. I'm young. My back needs to be surviving, baby. But you can just like turn babies over left to right and they good. But I think NICU or labor and delivery, not so much pediatrics because, I mean, that'll be later down the line. When I say pediatrics, meaning like more like toddler age, like 18 years old type of thing. Because that will entail me having to be like around parents and like talking to them a lot, and they're watching over me with everything I do, and I'm not really comfortable with that just yet. So maybe down the line, yes, but ideally in 2 years, if I transfer to travel nursing, NICU, or labor and delivery. How was the last few months for me of school while dealing with COVID? Like, what was happening? How was the last few months? So COVID hit about what, like April, I think. So we were just, no, I think it was March. We were just about to transition the next week to our preceptorship. Like, we were that close to taking our exit exam, preceptorship. We were planning for our graduation, our pinning ceremony, and then boom, COVID hit. So that pretty much all got canceled out. We didn't take our exit exam. We just did a whole different like program to just study for the NCLEX pretty much. And we did like our clinicals online, which was like, it's called Lippincott BSIMS. So we did that in replacement of clinicals. So that's how my last few months went. Sorry, we're moving today, so we got all this crap here. Beer, you can see. So yeah, that's how my last few months went. Not expecting that at all. No graduation, no pinning ceremony, things you looked forward to the whole time you're in nursing school. You worked hard for that. But it's okay, it happened. A lot of nurses end up going right into this rush of COVID, and I couldn't imagine like doing that. I'm sure it made them a stronger nurse. But I went into nursing, I applied like in August and everything, but I didn't start my official job until October. So I didn't really see like the, how do I want to say this? Like the actual heat of COVID. But my unit, all my patients are usually COVID positive now. So I'm seeing it still right now. But yeah, it was completely different than what we expected. No one expected this ending at all. My hands probably ashy because it's nursing hands. Sorry. Any plans for moving out of state or out of the city? So I currently live in Naples. My job is in Fort Myers, so I travel about 50, almost an hour drive to work each day. But I only work 3 days a week, so it kind of, it's okay. I would like to move closer to work. I'm not sure about like Fort Myers, but I don't know. We're moving today, and we're moving a little bit closer to work, but it's not much. It's like a 3-minute difference, honestly. Let me sit down. Like a 3-minute difference. So that's not much of a change. I would love, ideally, like I said, if I can transition to the NICU at my hospital or the children's hospital next door, or whatever it may be, then I will go ahead and stay at the hospital. But if not, I mean, I can't say what's gonna happen in 2 years, but, and sorry, I'm a little congested. I can't say what's gonna happen in 2 years, but my plan is to do travel nursing. And if that's the case, then I'll be traveling. I would love to get a first contract in Philly where I can stay with my grandparents or someone that I know, where I'm familiar with the city, and transition to travel nursing that way. Then I can also pocket the money that they give me for like your allowance for rent. So that'll work out really nice, but we'll see what happens. I would love to move. Naples is not somewhere I would love to be forever unless I'm like retiring. But even then, I think I'm just not meant for like Florida. So who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe I'll meet my husband somewhere and be out. Was I working during school? Let me tell you guys, if you do not have to work, do not work. Nursing school is tedious. You're always studying. You have lots and lots of homework and reading and exams to study for and quizzes to study for and software to submit for clinicals. It's a lot. Do not work if you don't have to. Did I work? Yes, I worked part-time. I live with my mom still. Most of the time that I was in school, I was not paying rent. I'm about to start paying rent now. I worked maybe 3 days a week, 2 days a week, whatever I could do. My job was pretty flexible with school students at least. And I paid completely out of pocket until like my second year of nursing school, I think. So yeah, I worked. It's hard. It's hard balancing going to work, coming home, studying, going back to school, and the same cycle over and over. It's hard. But some people did it. Some people did full-time jobs, 40 hours a week. Now, if you can do a hospital job or a nursing home job where you can work 12-hour shifts and just 3 days a week, that works out better for you. And then if you do night shifts, you can go ahead and study on those nights. You know, so some people did that. Some people made it work. A lot of people have kids. They had no choice but to work. And I'd give it up to those people that had kids, had to go to school, and had to work. Yeah. It was a struggle already doing it too. Is it possible? Yes. Nursing is hard, but if it was that hard, no one will be a nurse. So you can do it. You can definitely do it. How prepared did I feel for NCLEX after school? Honestly, not to compare, but I felt like my school, or maybe I think my school was a lot of self-teaching, which probably a lot of nursing schools are like that. But I think we were prepared more than we thought. I don't think I've seen anyone fail, to be honest, and maybe they didn't say, but a lot of us was passing on our first try. I'm tell you this, you know more than you think, and you will never be prepared for NCLEX. NCLEX, I'm gonna do a whole video on this, but NCLEX will eat you alive. You will feel like you are failing. You don't know anything on that exam, to be honest, but you answer it and somehow you do know because you apply your critical thinking. You apply the things that you do know to answer the questions they're asking you. So I never studied we did ATI, so that's kind of studying for NCLEX. And we also did like another software program, which was NCLEX questions. So that replaced our exit exam. We did thousands of questions probably on that website. And that was also helping for NCLEX. So those two things was the only thing I did up until school finished. And then I studied for NCLEX with UWorld and with videos on YouTube. So me being me, I would just go in and take an exam, but I knew I wanted to at least pass my first try. So I studied for a month and a half I think, right? I took my exam August 5th and I graduated May 1st. So yeah. I mean, school's gonna prepare you, but not as much. You still have to study. Best advice for a nursing student struggling with time management. Don't procrastinate. I know that's what you're doing. You're procrastinating. And I did, but I made it. So you just have to find balance in what you're doing. You have to know, and some people thrive better off of waiting last minute. I know I do. I still do it now with school. I wait last minute and I get things done really quick. So I would say do things ahead of time. Set aside time to, focus on you as well, not just school, work, but just have a schedule planned out. Like, this is due this day. Like, have a calendar, a big calendar if you can, on your wall to keep you focused and keep you aligned with your schedule, and set aside time. So honestly, yeah, that's my best advice. You have to just plan out better and know when to get things done earlier. What are some good studying tips throughout the program? Taking notes. I literally write PowerPoints out word for word, probably. Just learning how you learn. So focus on how you learn best, whether it's note cards or audios, like recording the teacher talk and listening again. Group studying works. I find that when I was reading, because you have a lot of reading to do. When I was reading, I would do YouTube videos. There's YouTube videos called Study With Me, and there's slow music in the background, very subtle music, and it studies for the person is studying or doing some type of homework for half an hour or 45 minutes, and then they take a break. I think they have studies that show that works better for you. You'll be more focused. You'll actually, your brain will actually soak in what you're learning. So I found that to be the most helpful when it came to reading, at least. And for learning for exams and stuff like that, I would write notes out. I would write everything out. And just study like that. We did study groups some days, and we'll just use whiteboards and test each other. So that's my advice. Thank you guys for your questions. I'm sure there'll be more of these coming up. We'll see how that goes, but stay strong in the game. Keep going. You can finish, you can start, you can get it done. Good luck.